Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Gettys Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We are back, and that means that you are too. Right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR 1069 FM, and of course on YouTube. We've picked up some more subscribers on our YouTube channel. People can go over there and check out what's happening with the show. It's like, lifting up the curtain and seeing, what we all look like, what the guests look like, and how we use
it like
our hands.
The Wizard of Oz, Tom? You pull the curtain back and it's like, that's the guy.
Pay no attention to that man. There's nothing going on.
Nothing to see.
But yeah, you can see it all right here on YouTube. And then, of course, we have other content on there and older shows, because since we've been recording this, and of course, Brad is doing a great job in producing those and making sure the lighting is right and making sure that he has my bald spot and my stomach. So those are the two things you can see.
Yeah, we got the tummy cam and the baldo cam. The camera doesn't pick up my baldness, Tom.
No. Well, you wear your hat, and your schmuck, and then you're all set to go.
It covers me. It covers me well.
I'd like to cover you with something. Okay, so we have Luke Lunkenheimer with us again. Luke is the chairman of CNY Drives. How are you, buddy?
I am good, brother. And I see that you are on YouTube now. Must be because you're both wearing pants today.
Yes,
it's true.
We like to put them on every so often.
I wish I got the memo.
Luke is a strapping young lad who owns some car dealerships and all that, with an interesting story. It looks like you've been still working out. So
couple times here and there, yeah.
Do you do like a 4-day split, or are you 5 days?
No, you know what I do? I do every single day for about an hour and a half a day, and then I'll get to the point where it's like the body goes, you know what? You need to sleep, you need to rest. So usually it's a 3 to 4 day sabbatical with nothing, let everything recover, and then right back into it. It's good therapy for me.
Good for you. And how's your diet? What kind of stuff do you eat?
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah, you would think that I eat very clean. I'm aware that my stature is good, and I work out a lot to do that and lift heavy weights. But if you had any idea what my diet really was, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
That's something else.
I try to keep it relatively healthy, but with the depth of schedule that I have, there's a lot of fast food in there. There's a lot of quick meals. Wow. So we're about to click 40. So the effort is going to be towards dietary responsibility here.
Wait till you click 60.
Well, it does. The body changes no matter what kind of shape you're in. It does. So you got to start getting that,
100%
pattern.
Not looking forward to it, honestly.
How many dealerships do you own, CNY Drives?
So we're opening our fourth. So we own 3 currently. We've got one up right by the main gate of Fort Drum and Evans Mills. Mm-hmm. We put that up there, specifically to service to soldiers, give them a strong discount, good service, but it really caters to anybody up there in the North Country. We've got our Fulton, New York location, which is right on Route 57, by the big RV store there. And we just moved our Syracuse location. That's kind of some big news.
You moved it.
We did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had the store at the corner, right at the base of Tip Hill there, 1335 Erie Boulevard West, which was kind of on the corner of Erie Boulevard West and West Genesee Street, right on kind of the gateway going into Fairmount there.
Right.
And it was a good location. It was a very visible location, but it was not conducive to a lot of inventory. We were pretty much restricted to 30 or 40 cars there. So as the company scales, we needed some more room. We found a place over on Taft Road. It's a location that a lot of people are familiar with. It's always kind of been a small used car dealership, but we've acquired that property. We've kind of scaled it up.
Where on Taft?
Yeah.
So if you're headed northbound on 81 and you get off at Taft Road, you make a right-hand turn like you're going to the DMV.
I don't want to go to the DMV.
Well, you and the rest of Syracuse.
Right, okay.
But the minute you get off the exit, you take a quick look to the left, and we are right there. You can actually see the
So that's where Church Street used to come in there?
No, actually, that's another car dealership. They're a little ways down. We are immediately off the exit. You could throw a baseball.
Used to be a budget rent-a-car or some kind of rent-a-car.
There is a rent-a-car right next door.
Okay, so right by the highway, there.
Yeah, we are right there.
How much room do you have for inventory there?
We're looking at putting about 65 cars there. So.
Very nice.
Okay, right there. That's good.
Nice.
That's good. That is handy.
And then the new location is that your new location?
Well, we also is kind of a little bit of a confusing setup. So we acquired a property in Fulton, right in the city of Fulton, right on the corner of 48 and 3 there, and we hung a banner, coming soon, next CNY Drive store. And then we had the opportunity, it was kind of a jump in now, you know what, or get off the pot scenario to get that Taft Road property, which is a very desirable property. So we jumped on that, kind of delayed the remodeling of the Fulton store, but coming in about the next 60 to 90 days, you're going to see another point open up right in the village or city of Fulton there on the corner of 3 and 48.
So people buy cars. And then people don't buy cars, and people don't. You hear car commercials every day, right, Tom?
Right.
Need a car, need a car, need a car, need a car,
It's irrefutable.
I don't know where he's going with it, so let's see.
There's a window of time. And you need to be in front of awareness during that window of time, I imagine, because
you're talking about an in-market buyer, as far as advertising is concerned.
How do you target that?
So it's exactly that. You try to hit the in-market buyer. So basically, there's two ways you can target a used car customer. One is by compelling the buyer to get into the market. So somebody's got, their old rusty Toyota that they've been driving forever, and they, are just going to drive it till the wheels fall off. And they know that anytime between now and the next 24 to 36 months, they're probably going to make a buying decision. That type of advertising is to try to compel the buyer to come in and do something a little sooner. You talk about, whether the prices are down a little bit, whether the incentives are strong with the banks, what have you. That's one type of marketing. The other type is trying to maintain a very strong presence in the marketplace, brand awareness, which you guys are very familiar with.
Sure.
So when somebody does decide now is the time to pull the trigger, one of the first names that comes to mind is your company. There was a guy in the local market that was very good at doing that. Everybody knows
he was pretty
huge names,
Right.
Billy Fusil did a great job of that, and there's really nobody that's done it better. But I don't have the $1 million a month ad budget.
Right, but you're not huge. Why you? Seriously, you can't. There are car dealers all over the place.
Yep,
why do people do business with you?
It's a great question. So I've found kind of in life and in marketing particularly that there's usually, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, there's the big three. There's usually three things that a consumer will latch onto. You give them 5 or 6 things about your company, it just becomes a mess, a jumble. They can't remember it.
Right.
One thing doesn't really make you seem too unique. At CNY Drives, we've kind of dug into the roots of what we do, and the 3 key points of our company that I believe are valuable to a customer and really are a good reason to do business with us. Every car is Carfax Advantage certified. So what that means is every vehicle that we sell is also backed by Carfax. So there's a major brand behind that customers can recognize. The second thing is we do a 60-point quality check on everything that we sell. So in New York State, people usually are not aware of the fact that a car with over 100,000 miles on it, there's no burden for the dealer to warranty it. Right down to a car that's got 3,000 miles on it, there's no set criteria that the dealer has to scrutinize the automobile before it leaves the lot. So you could have tires that are next to bald. You can have exhaust rattling off the car. As long as it passes a New York State safety and emission inspection, the dealer can sell that car. So we have a set criteria at 60 points. Tires, brakes, ball joints.
Special to you guys.
100%. Yeah.
What's the third point?
The third point is we warranty everything we sell. A lot of our competitors are selling 100,000 mile cars. Mileage is not that big of a deal on a used car anymore. We're seeing cars do 250, 300,000 miles. So when something's got over 100,000 clicks on it, we still warranty it for that 30-day period, right up to if we sell a car that's got 200,000 miles on it.
So when they buy a used car, they don't have to stress out. They have 30 days drive it. Oh, it was making this noise. Well, let's check that noise.
100%.
Yeah.
We get the little old lady that comes in with the car that she could, just barely afford on her fixed income. It's a 162,000 mile Hyundai Santa Fe that's 10 years old. We'll put a transmission in it on day 29.
That's wonderful.
That is remarkably different.
Now, on your website, I noticed you have Big Luke's blog, and that kind of goes along with what you're saying. It's just not you're not out for the quick hit. Tell us about the blog and what you hope to accomplish with that.
Well, we hope to be here a long time. This is a company that I'm establishing, hoping to hand down to my kids. When you're dealing with a car dealer, the history of car dealers has been somewhat nefarious.
Yes,
rolling back
absolutely.
odometers and Bondo patches on frames. And I believe that if you give the consumer every bit of information that is there to be had, even from behind the curtain, so to speak, the things that they're not privy to. And if you just say, hey, listen, here's all the information, make an informed decision. When you kind of let them in behind the curtain and you show them that there's nothing to hide, there's really no lies to be told.
CNYDrives.com?
That's us.
Excellent. Thank you, Luke Lunkenheimer.
It's
right
a tough
there.
one. Thank you, guys. Always
Good
a pleasure
to see
to
you
be here.
again. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Chuck Hafner's coming up next. Chuck Hafner's Farmers Market and Garden Center. How appropriate for this time of year.
There we go.
I'm really interested to talk with him right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR. Stick around.